Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and we are back for Season 2 of the Alfa Romeo Road to Glory series. And with Alfa Romeo, obviously, I should say actually Kick Sauber, because this is technically, they're technically not Alfa Romeo anymore, but anyways, we're going to still call it Alfa Romeo because we're still in the 23 games. So yeah, welcome back everybody, hope you all enjoyed Season 1. Obviously, I have to apologize for the long wait. To finish Season 1, it took forever because I left, and probably shouldn't have left, but I guess I just had some issues going on and also switching over to some things. But yeah, we're back. I don't know how far we will get because as the time F1 24 is basically right around the corner, so I don't know how far we're gonna get, so I'm gonna have to try to crunch out at least, if we can at least get to halfway into the season. That's all I care about. But again, you gotta give me motivation to play this game because, again, F1 23 I think has been definitely one of the most boringest games I've played. I'd say probably F1 23 is definitely the most boring. Now, the handling model was good. That's what made it enjoyable. But again, I woke up and I played the same thing every day. So, and it's mainly because, again, they didn't do anything to career mode in this game. Literally no new updates happened besides the handling model. But obviously F1 24 is a completely revamped, so hopefully career mode will be more enjoyable for everyone. But also, I think if I was playing more my team, I probably would have been playing this game a lot more. But again, I just lack motivation to get out content and also just take time to play this game because, again, you know, it's not like F1 23 was just not that great of a game. So yeah, it sucks, but yeah, anyways, back on the career mode focus, real quick for the driver moves. Zhou Guanyu has signed a 1-year contract with Williams, so he's back in F1, and then Alex Albon is also moved from Aston Martin from Williams, so he will now be an Aston Martin driver on a 1-year deal. Fernando Alonso retired last season, which Alonso actually clinched Aston Martin the championship in Season 1 by P4 ahead of us. I could say in that epic fight for P4 in the standings towards the middle of the season, we had a huge fight with Aston, and again, we want to carry that going into Season 2. But yeah, so anyways, new cars, points reset, everything is reset. It's been a minute since I drove this car, so let's go see how it is.
There'll be a lack of rubber out on track, so take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Definitely would say I thought the engine was going to sound a lot better, but it's not a V10 or a V6, unfortunately. Not V8. Sorry, this is a V6. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I guess I definitely missed the V8s and the V10s and the V12s. I missed all of those. So, but hey, whatever. We're back. And square one, Bahrain. It's been a minute that I actually last drove this car. It's been a couple months, because again, I didn't have any motivation to play this game because again, it was just unfortunate. So yeah, it's been a minute since I last drove this car though. What I mean by it took about 5 months, I think, maybe just 3 months since I last drove it, and everything was upgraded. So obviously it felt a lot different compared to a regular, like stock, like the regular cars in this game because again, you know, more upgrades. It's definitely a lot faster than, you know, the My Team car and everything else like that. So it's kind of different when you switch over from a career mode car to like just a regular classic car because, you know, just a regular, just like realistic performance on the actual F1 23 cars like the Red Bull and the Williams and the McLaren and the Haas, like yeah. So it's gonna be a bit, I think we're gonna struggle this first race when it comes to me on my side because again, it's been a minute since we last drove this car, but I think I'm going to struggle because again, I'm not really used to this car, and I struggled a lot in this practice session, and it mainly meant with the rear end. I kept on having so much oversteer. I wonder if it was the setup, so we tweaked the setup by like doing two clicks around everywhere. We fixed the roll bars up. We actually bumped up the roll bars because I had to switch that out. Messed with the differential a little bit too. When I had my diff though, I actually felt a little bit fine. The brake bias was kind of the same. We didn't really change the brake bias. Maybe just a couple clicks here and there, but I think I was comfortably where I was at. But anyways, practice 1 is done, and well, as I've said, kind of a struggle in practice, but practice times don't really matter. But we are P16, about almost 2 seconds off the pace. We ran the mediums and the hards. Bottas also ran the mediums as well. About 5.5, almost half a second off from Valtteri Bottas. So teammates kind of killing it. But yeah, practice times don't really matter. Kevin Magnussen's up there in the Haas. He's on the soft tire run. He was probably doing quali trim. Leclerc was probably doing race trim. We were doing race trim as well. Learning the tires and just feeling how the tires were. And again, you know, Bahrain is kind of it's obviously cooler temperatures at night, so the track will be more enjoyable. During the day, I feel like it's a day session. What do you expect? Like, you know, it's not real performance. So we did practice too, just to kind of get feel of things. And again, still struggling. Lots of oversteer, a little bit of understeer in some corners too. So changed the front wing a little bit, but we have to get this car right for practice 3. And practice 3 was done and dusted, and we got mainly all our resources points in. But yeah, we're on to qualifying now. Let's go deliver a qualifying lap. Let's not struggle, please, and thank you. Here we are. Welcome to qualifying on Saturday night, under the lights. Actually, well, technically, no, it was Saturday night during last year. I was gonna say no, it would have been Friday night, but I forgot Ramadan and everything like that. So, no, it's actually a Saturday night, I think, in F123. I don't know why I got confused on that. I apologize. But, anyways, ready for quali. Again, it's gonna be a challenge because I think, you know, like, we're in race mode if you think about it, because we have like the setup and everything like that, and this is kind of the weather that we will be running during the wet. So we're gonna lower the fuel down. Weight reduction wise, car feels light in some corners, but that feels heavy in some corners, and I'm struggling a lot in the low speed. Maybe the high speed is not too bad, but yeah, but anyways, we're going to go for a lap here around Bahrain, and I'm going to give you guys a lap around Bahrain. So here we go, DRS wide open, right about here as we head down the main front stretch now, foot flat to the floor, pushing around 210 to 215 miles an hour down this straight. Here we go, brake at the 100-meter board, heavy braking zone right here, very deep braking zone, missed the apex just a little bit, but it's okay, we carry this on, and through that fast corner there, very easy to kind of make a mistake there, DRS wide open, and foot flat to the floor as you go down up into turn number 4, which is definitely one of the more trickier parts of the track, because there's a little bit of a bump on the exit, but we got through that. Run out a little bit wide, don't run over the white line obviously, and then the fast SS section, which this has kind of been one of my struggling points a little bit on this track. Kind of always struggled there, and then head down to that braking zone. Once again, you can see the understeer and also just the lack of grip I had. But another heavy braking zone as we head down, definitely to probably the hardest corner on this track, just to get right. Don't lock up anything, don't make any silly mistakes, don't get on the outside curb either. DRS wide open as we go down the drag strip actually, which is on the other side, and we head down into the next corner, which this corner is actually definitely one of the most enjoyable corners, I think. Definitely one of my favorites on this track. Flat out through a left and right sweeping, and then go right through here. Don't touch that inside curb, run out on the curb a little bit, and then brake right there, kiss the inside, and then use all the exit you can. You want to try to get as close as you can on that exit, and then foot flat to the floor now into the last braking zone, and let's see how this goes. Anyways, clip the inside, don't do that. I'm just a little bit of a rookie, as you can tell, and use a little bit of the outside curb. I tried not to hit the outside curb, but I guess that happened, and it's a 129.6 on that first lap, and it wasn't a great lap, and that actually put us in the drop zone of P15, and we absolutely just completely caked that lap. This was Q2. This was Q1. One of the last cars out on the track, and struggled a little bit there. We lost a lot of time though, so that was kind of unfortunate. But yeah, it's a bit of a struggle. But we're P16 right now. Not great, and we expect to find a little bit more time here. I definitely can go faster right through there, and we are going a lot faster through this next part. We found about a couple thousandths of a second, and we kiss the inside and use up the outside about almost 2/10. Set 2 personal bests though, but the last corner is probably where everything is going to connect everything. I don't want to kiss the inside, and obviously look how much time we found after we kissed that inside. We almost found about 4.5 tenths, about 3.5 tenths. Because come across checker flag. This should put us into Q2. Is it Q2? Please, please. It is Q2. We are P13. Yeah, I told you guys I was gonna struggle, and the struggle is real. It wasn't a great lap. A little bit of mistake, and again, just still with the understeer. It's, I'm trying to tweak the setup, and I feel like I can't tweak anything else on it because I can't find any more time in this car. So, and again, me and qualifying are not best friends. So yeah, but P13 ahead of Stroll, behind Albon. So the two Astons didn't really have a great session, but there's your bottom 5. We got Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Zhou Guanyu, Logan Sargent, and Nick DeVries. They are all out. Pretty marginal gap, but we kind of just snuck out. So that's kind of not great. But Valtteri's P6 though, and again, he's been like 6 tenths up ahead of us. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. But here we go, ready for a Q2 run. It wasn't great. We lost all the time right through here. Great first sector. We used the U set, but again, we really didn't find much time, and it probably wouldn't have put us into Q3 here if I'm going to be honest with you. Because again, look how much time we lost, still making these mistakes, and we kissed that outside, so everything was just kind of ruined here. And I'll just accept the fact that this lap was ass. It was ass, and I didn't even go for a second lap because yeah. But we had to find at least 3 tenths, and we blew all that in the last sector, and yeah, it was a joke. Also during that time, I'm not gonna make excuses, but I was also on a phone call when that happened. So that's just an excuse. But anyways, yeah, not great. P14, about almost a second off the leaders, and Valtteri. Valtteri's killing it. Props to him. He's doing a great job, and he's going to carry this team because, yeah. So, already kind of started off not so great, on the wrong foot in Q2. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say than, I don't know what else to say. So, yeah. We'll just get into the race.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. It's Sergio Perez on pole today, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Hamilton, Sainz, Bottas, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Gasly, Albon, Stroll, Ocon, Cowboy, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Zhou, Sargent, and Nick DeVries. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as once again we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Alrighty, here we are on the grid for Bahrain for race 1 of 24. No, 23. I think it's 23. Maybe I'm wrong. 24. I'm sorry. It's yeah. I'm a little bit rusty. But anyways, all jokes aside, let's get on to the race. Real quick, strategy-wise, kind of playing with the strategy a little bit. I feel like I want to go hards, but I want to start in the medium because again, the soft was kind of tasty, but I think ultimately I went with the mediums because of just everything like that. But I think no, I think we went with the soft. I think we went for it because the soft was tasty, but we go to the end on hards. It makes sense. I was thinking maybe we go to the end on mediums, But that's going to be a long stint in the mediums, and I don't really think it will make it. So we start in the soft, we go to mediums, or we go to hards at the end. If there is a safety car, though, that medium tire will be a bit tasty when it comes. But yeah, hopefully no safety cars. Well, obviously everyone kind of wishes for a safety car, but if I'm anywhere near the top 10, please no safety car, because I'd like points on Season 2 debut. So yeah, please no safety cars, please, thank you. But anyways, lining up on the grid, all 20 drivers, points reset. We figure out where everybody stacks up at Abu Dhabi, or even hell, even the second half of the season, because again, I don't know how far we're going to get, but let's enjoy Season 2 here. Lights out, and away we go, in about just a 5. Here we go, 5 red lights, and it's pedal to the metal. Here we go, let's get ready, let's get going. Bahrain Grand Prix is underway, and great start actually ahead of Lance Stroll and also Alex Albon. Albon on the medium tires, so you got to remember that, so he didn't get the best of start, but we're going to maybe send one down the inside. No, we don't. We back out of that. Gasly defended that really well, and again, all these top 10 runners are running mediums. We're the only one on the soft, but contact with the two Astons. We got to get around the outside. Stroll actually touched us a little bit there. No side pot damage or anything, so we are good. We are good to go. But Gasly's now fighting Charles Leclerc, and Alex Albon actually had a horrendous start. I think he didn't really get off the line very well, and there is some front wing damage already on lap 1. And again, you had to be very cautious when it came to the front wing damage. But we made contact with Pierre Gasly, and that's now going to affect our race already, because we made too much contact with Gasly. And Gasly is going to fight around the outside. We're still fighting the inside line. We got the soft tires. I want to get around Gasly. But again, the front wing damage, we're going to have so much understeer now through basically the rest of this race until we have to do a nose change. So now we could pray for a safety car if that happens. Or we go the long way and then we pit for the nose change on the safety car when we go to the pit stop. But yeah, the understeer is going to be very bad, but we're going to see how close we can get with these guys. If we can stay in Gasly's DRS range, that's all I care about. And again, I am going to expect a DRS train. I don't think anybody will be getting around anybody, because again, every single one of these cars up in the front is very fight in that top 5 battle. So it's going to be challenging just to get there. But let's take a look and see what happened with me and Gasly. It looks like Gasly had a checkup on Charles Leclerc. It looks like Leclerc maybe had to kind of avoid something, but yeah, I think I misjudged it, but Gasly checked up and from Leclerc, because I think he thought he was going to hit the back of Leclerc, and we just kissed him. It was the lightest tap too, and the front wing is broken. No end plate off though, which is kind of weird, so it must have just been I don't know. Maybe the damage model is just crap. But anyways, on lap 2 now, yeah, front wing damage, not great, but it's not bad. So it is yellow, which is not terrible, but again, you can really feel the front wing damage. I think earlier, whenever they patched it, you couldn't really feel the front wing damage because it wasn't as bad. But again, once everything kind of hits, it's pretty bad. So yeah, definitely gonna be struggling a lot with the front right corner, just getting into the brakes and turning in. I'm going to have so much understeer going into some of these corners, so especially the high speed. It's going to be a monster in the high speed. It's going to feel like a damn tank going to the high speed. But here we go. Lap 3 now, DRS is enabled, and Alex Albon is matching our pace. Well, kind of obvious, because again, that Aston's pretty quick. I thought they would swap positions because, Stroll on the soft, but again, no team orders down at Aston Martin, and really no team orders as well. But yeah, and like I said, it's going to be a DRS train, guys. Because again, everyone's got similar pace to everyone up front, and it's gonna be like that, I think, through the season, where everybody's just gonna be in this DRS train and no one's gonna get past. And you can see this train runs all the way down to basically dead last. We got a little bit of a fight back there though between Esteban Ocon, and I believe that is one of the Haas's of Magnussen or Hulkenberg, and they're having a little bit of a squabble. But we're about to have a fight with this Aston here, because again, our softs are about burned off, and we're struggling a little bit through that high speed, like I said before. He's going down the inside. We defend that. Well, we defended clean air, which I really didn't understand the point of. It ran way offline. But again, the goal is I'm trying to push to stay within the DRS range, but I can totally get around Gasly if I played the cards right. But yeah, look at that DRS train. I think the Mercedes of Russell is leading that train. I think that is Russell leading the train, and Bottas and basically down to Piastri is leading the train. The two Red Bulls are gone. even the McLaren is gone. Actually, Bottas is actually out of that train. I think Bottas is P4, so Bottas got out of that train. He's in clean air technically, but again, that Mercedes could fight back against Bottas because again, I think we still have some little bit of flaws on our car that are going to be a struggle. But here goes Alex Albon now. Again, the softs, the Deg is starting to come at us, and Albon is starting to attack. Albon has switched to attack, and instead of following us, he got tired of that, and now we're going to defend. Well, we're going to try to get this back, but again, he had a very slow exit. I had to compromise my exit a little bit, but we're going to get a fight back, though, on Alex Albon here, possibly, or we might sit back and let him go. I think we're honestly, the smart is just to let him go. He is our race today, but again, we're managing an issue because we're managing a broken front wing, and yeah, but again, at this point now, the tires start falling off, and Leclerc and Gasly are now fighting for basically they're fighting for nothing. Well, they're fighting for points, the last points position. But again, Albon and Leclerc, they're gonna have a squabble. This is actually gonna have them get out of that DRS train because how much they're gonna be fighting. They're still side by side. We're gonna enjoy that battle, and Leclerc ultimately gets back ahead of Albon. So now Leclerc is out of DRS range. Albon is in his DRS, and now the DRS train is gonna go all the way back to about the Haas, to about Hulkenberg, I think. So again, they get out of the train, and now there is a second group. So you had your first group, which was the Red Bulls and the McLarens, and then now you got, looks like everyone's kind of breaking up in the DRS train, so now it's kind of a proper race. As you can see, look how close the field is, all the way down to the top 7. Very two fight. The McLaren of Lando Norris is up there fighting with the two Red Bulls. So yeah, there you go. There goes Leclerc down the inside, and Albon, they're now fighting for another position. But they're going to keep on fighting, and we're going to sit back and relax and manage the pace, manage the tires, try to get to the first pit stop window. The pit stops will be very important for I think everyone, but again, I think personally we will change the front wing because we need to change this front wing. We can't race with this front wing. It would be a joke if we did, and if we did, I would be very, very, very surprised with that. So if you guys want to do that, be my guest, but I'm not going to do that because, well, there's just no point. So, but yeah, lap 9 now, 20 laps to go left in this race. Still a decent way to go. Obviously, all races are 50%. They're not 100% races, so that's unfortunate. But, yeah, but fast forward the clip just a little bit because, well, let's get some camera shots. As you can tell, fast forward the clip once again, as I wanted to fast forward to see where everyone else was up front, but I was pressing the wrong camera. We're just looking down behind the field. Yeah, that is Russell with a DRS train, and DeFries and Sargent. You guys are okay. Well, we go back to the back markers, and we only care about those two guys, don't we? Bottas up there in P4, so good for him. But yeah, kind of everybody in the field now is kind of spread out, but we ran out very wide, a little too wide in my liking. Got over the curb and everything. No floor damage, thankfully, but ran out way too wide. Kind of compromised the exit, and we got on the marbles there on the dirty side of the track. So thankfully Stroll did not actually have any attack, because again, we're saving the battery, because we're saving the battery to defend. Because again, straight line speed ain't really their thing, but we almost just kissed the okay, maybe a little bit. I feel like I was too close to comfort with Leclerc there. Leclerc kind of braked a little bit early from Gasly, and Gasly is kind of falling back down the grid. With Albon actually got to pass both those guys, so the ascent is actually pretty quick. I think it was pretty quick on the performance index, but we are boxing this lap. I made my mind. I said I want to box on lap 12. We're going to go to the hards, and we're going to change the front wing. I can't continue with a broken front wing like this. Like, it's just again, you could look at the high speed, like right there. And again, you know, the front tires, they're a bit worn out, so that's why you're going to have understeer too. Maybe you got offline a little bit. But again, you know, the front wing, it's too damaged. So yeah, we're gonna have to go yes, or are we going no? Are we not changing the front wing? I can't remember. It's been a minute as I last. No, we're not changing the front wing. I think we're gonna continue with the wing because I guess it's not too bad. I don't know what we're thinking here, but let me cook. Let me cook. I guess. I guess I maybe was afraid that. Even if we did change the front wing, we probably would have been a little bit slow off everyone else. Because again, I think everyone else maybe was going to go on mediums. Maybe that's what we were thinking. Because again, I think we're one of the only drivers that are going on hards. Actually, no, a couple guys. Well, yeah, Madison and Stroll. That makes sense. But still, I think maybe change the front wing would have been a little bit better. But I guess we pray for a safety car, and then we go to the soft again. If that happens, but let's not get ahead of us. There's still a decent way to go. So first pit window has opened. A couple guys came into the pits. George Russell came into the pits. Stroll, Magnussen, I think one of the Alpines, and also I think Zhou Guanyu came in the pits as well. Sargent is up there in the soft. That Williams lineup is horrendous. I'm sorry, but sorry for totally talking about something else, but oh my god. Anyways, lap 13 now. Here comes Stroll. Lance Stroll has been he's been one of our best friends in this game. Totally, he loves, he has a great car, and he just likes being crap. So we're fighting with Stroll, and again, me and Stroll are best friends because every time we race Lance Stroll, it always ends as a collision. So yeah, and my racing with Lance Stroll, even though it ain't real life, I'm not the biggest fan of Stroll, so I kind of race Stroll a little bit dirty compared to everyone else in the AI, but you'll see that maybe towards this. But here we go into the pits now. A lot of guys came out, and we're actually going to jump Alex Albon and also Lance Stroll and also Charles Leclerc. Albon sends one down the inside. He braked a little bit later than everyone else, but hell, we got out of that perfectly. We're now P9 in this race. P9. We executed that perfectly, but here comes Alex again. And now the Haas's have entered this battle, and also Charles Leclerc. I wonder if he broke his front wing or something. But two of the Alpines as well. Both Gasly's race has been compromised, so I wonder if they got front wing damage. But Albon's gone. He's gone. We can't fight that. You know what I mean? Unless we are gonna fight that. We got in the slipstream, but we can't fight that. Albon is not really our race. Our race is gonna be. We're basically switching from, if we can stay within the DRS of Albon, we basically can put attack. If we stay with Albon towards the last lap, we will attack for P9. But again, we are sitting in P10. Bottas is up there in P8. But again, I'm a little bit nervous about Charles Leclerc and also Lance Stroll. But Leclerc's having a fight with Magnussen, and Stroll might get us on this straight. But again, you can see if I dump battery, they don't get close enough. And they don't have to, and they can't. And you see we're braking a lot earlier because of the front wing damage. But we're getting, at this point, it's just going to be cruise control and trying to stay ahead of Stroll. But Leclerc, I think once Leclerc gets into the back of me, then we're going to have problems. But again, I'm going offline to defend from Stroll a little bit, go down the inside. A little bit compromised because you're getting on the marbles. But Stroll could send one. No, he doesn't. But again, we back up the field here. And then we kind of try to floor it, but also try to be cautious because we don't want to, we don't want to use up too much of the tires. But again, same thing, DRS train. Here we go once again. Great wings, great straight line speed. Kind of surprising because I thought we were slow in the straight. But again, look at that, gone. And also a lot of that could be on the engine power too. Two Ferraris versus a Mercedes engine. Well, technically it's just a Ferrari engines and Mercedes engines. So actually, no, the Haas have actually backed out of that fight. But again, yeah, Leclerc and Ferrari have had a horrible winter. In Season 1 into Season 2. They had a horrendous winter. And Leclerc, Sainz is outperforming him, but Leclerc is back here struggling. But he's fighting Charles Leclerc. They're going to be fighting now. Leclerc might send one down the inside, so I'll watch out for Leclerc. There goes Leclerc. He goes down on the inside. We kept it go out wide just enough. We're going to give him the... we didn't give him off. We put him kind of compromise his line, so we got the better exit. If maybe we fought that, maybe it would have been a little bit juicy, but... Lap 20, Leclerc is he's not giving up, and he's going to be all over us. It's like I said, this was what I was afraid about. We're 4 seconds off from Albon, well, almost 3 seconds because broken front wing damage. But again, we can get away from Leclerc, but Leclerc's straight line speed is not even it's bad. Like that Ferrari straight line speed is bad, and that's not great for them. Considering this could be their year, and it's clearly not. So that's unfortunate. But we still continue on and we still fight on for basically everything. Now, lap 23 now. Russell is struggling. Russell has an issue. I don't know what he has, but he was tremendously slow. And I don't know if they told me his issue, but he is slow. So we can actually maybe capitalize on this group if you think about it. Mainly George Russell, if we play the cards right here. As, well, I guess not. Because the engine blew up. Oh, god damn it. Well, Shades of Abu Dhabi, if you guys remember that last episode. Engine failure. And in Bahrain, another engine failure. Race 1. Well, that was fun for a little bit.
That's it then for another spectacular Grand Prix here in Bahrain, and a real champion's drive to take the win. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalize on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
I would be delighted if I was still racing, because again, that was points on the board. But I guess the game had other plans, and you know, just blow up my engine, why don't you? Gotta figure out what that is. But again, we had so much reliability, I think, issues towards the second half of the season. So Qatar, Silverstone, maybe Abu Dhabi, and I think even Kota we had an issue too, but I can't remember. So yeah, it's that's racing, and it's, again, you know, maybe it's like, oh well, maybe you turn off, you know, the engine failures, but again, it adds the realism, so I'm not doing it, and I'm keeping it on high because it's realistic. Well, maybe a little too realistic, but again, yeah, race one's done. Kind of unfortunate, but I kind of expected a struggle. I'm not gonna lie, like I said, because I said it earlier, it's been a minute since we last got on this car and drove the car, so yeah. But Leclerc ended up holding on for P10. Gasly looks like got into that fight. Okay, and Leclerc, I guess, was very struggling against George Russell. That's what I was trying to look at. But yeah, the only DNF in this race was us. That's unfortunate. I thought it would have been a little bit better, but I guess not. So Verstappen wins by about two seconds ahead of Norris. So there's a great fight right there. But then down to Sainz, everyone else got nothing. Norris got something though. Norris is cooking. He's been in great results. So yeah, but unfortunately, that's where our ends comes today, and the woes have ended. So yeah, that's it for me today. Thank y'all for watching this video. There's a quick look at the driver settings real quick, and everything is set to square one. So yeah, but I don't have much time left. Thank y'all for watching this video, though. Season 2 has begun. I don't know how far we will get, but we'll figure that out, shall we? Stay safe out there. Be safe, everybody. Have a great issue of your day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.